Aloha and welcome to the final episode of my Foundations of Yoga video series. In this video, we're going to finish up talking about the psychology of yoga. Have you ever noticed how much of your day you spend thinking? Thought can be very mechanical and repetitive. In different situations, you have certain thought patterns which are very much like recordings. They serve many purposes. For example, some of these recordings we replay reduce tension, while others channel anger to hurt or hurt to anger, depending on which you're used to and more comfortable with. Many of these recordings also evaluate and judge. How much of your life do you spend feeling either better than or worse than? What thoughts bring these feelings? We use our minds to control how we feel the best we can. Often, controlling how we feel gives immediate relief or gratification, but causes more severe long-term problems. For example, if I am jealous and also think jealousy is bad or a sign of how unevolved I am, I suppress it with thought. I talk myself out of feeling it consciously or pretend I don't feel it at all and hide it from myself by burying it deep within the body's tissues. This is the stuff of tension. Yoga is usually presented as being non-competitive. At its heart, this is true, but that doesn't mean yoga is free from competition. As you get more deeply into yoga, the competitive aspect of mind must be looked at, for if you don't explore it, competition can occur automatically and take over unawarely. Either you channel yourself toward accomplishment, ultimately resulting in injuries, or you try to suppress competitiveness, which closes you to learning that can only come through comparison. If you subscribe to a value system that judges competition to be bad, it makes it harder to see it should it arise in you. This impedes self-knowledge and closes and tightens you. If you look very carefully at competition, you will find that its roots lie in comparison, which is a basic mode of thought. The very notion of progress implies comparison. You may say that you can be competitive with yourself without comparing yourself to others. This is partially true, but it is important to see that being competitive with yourself has aspects of competitiveness with others in it. Standards of excellence or progress do not exist in a vacuum, but arise in the context of what other people are doing. The mind that compares is a useful and necessary tool. Day-to-day comparison is basis for feedback. Doing yoga daily is a very direct way of tuning in to how you have been treating yourself on the previous day, as well as seeing long-range trends. Diet, emotions, conflict, stress, and relationships affect you and your yoga. These aspects of life can be used as feedback that can help you learn how things affect each other. Reading feedback of this sort is based on comparison. Wanting to progress has a self-competitive aspect. Wanting to be as good as or better than yesterday or last year. Also, comparing yourself with others, whether you like it or not, is inevitable. Comparison and its extension, competition, cannot be eliminated through effort, no matter how much you might want to. Trying to be non-competitive is competing with yourself or others on how non-competitive you are. If you think you are succeeding, and the mind can convince itself of anything. This can feed feelings of superiority, which is competition. The meditative state of mind that is essential for the necessary attention in yoga transcends competition not by fighting it, but rather by seeing its place as feedback and also seeing its limits and dangers. Comparison is an integral part of perceiving change, but I can subtly begin to compete with myself and others in how much or how fast I am changing or transforming. In this way, even the idea of transformation can become yet another goal to be achieved. Transformation is an endless process to be lived that cannot be captured or possessed. You can only participate in it. Yoga at its core is looking within to understand the timeless question, who am I? As you delve into the deep regions of your being, the knowledge that comes is not merely about you, the individual, but includes the understanding of yourself as part of the total fabric of life. When the parts of the whole open up to each other, breaking the boundaries of separateness, real communication, which is communion, occurs. Movement is at the core of energy, relationship, and growth. It is at the heart of life itself. Evolution is the way movement expresses itself throughout the universe. Evolution can be looked upon as the movement of forms toward greater complexity and adaptability. This is, however, only the external form, the skin, of evolution, which makes possible the most basic movement, the evolution of awareness. Maturation and evolution come when the spectrum of awareness broadens, becoming more inclusive. Yoga brings opening and movement deep within the very fiber of your being and expands consciousness, enlarging your capacity for depth of communication. This self-transformation opens you to a more profound relationship with life and also to an aware participation in the evolutionary process. And that's it. I hope this video series gave you a greater understanding of yoga and that you find the information I shared useful both on and off the mat. Thanks for watching.